Motorola Edge 30 Ultra. Motorola's dominant days are long since over when it comes to smartphones, but the company has been building back with a series of quietly excellent phones over the last year or two. For the most part, those have been limited to the mid-range or cheaper premium phones. But the Edge 30 Ultra is a true blue Android flagship, with camera specs, charging speeds, and performance to rival the best. I approach the Edge 30 Ultra with a touch of skepticism. Motorola phones don't really feel very exciting. After all, and flagships usually need a little anticipation to them to thrill. But this is easily one of the best phones I've used all year, and an excellent Android option. Here in the UK, the phone is only available in black, though a white model is available elsewhere. Either way, this is a monochrome experience that's a far cry from the snazzy flagships of other brands. Even the camera module feels compact and restrained by 2022 standards. The slightly textured rear glass on my black model has a sort of satin sheen and a slight sparkle to it that I like but don't love, though I do wish it wasn't interrupted by two separate Motorola logos. With a 6.67-inch display, it is a fairly large phone, though Motorola has done well at mitigating this. Both the display and body are curved around the edges to keep the phone comfortable to hold, while the thickness of 8.4 and weight just below 200 make this one of the slimmer and lighter Android flagships out there. The big drawback here is really to durability. Both sides of the phone are coated with Corning Gorilla Glass, but it's the older and less tough Gorilla Glass 5, not the newer Victus standard. Worse still, its IP rating is a lowly at 52, which means it is not fully protected against dust or water. It will be able to take raindrops, but if you drop it in the pool, this phone probably won't survive. This is perhaps the biggest concession Motorola has made to keep its pricing down, and one of the major reasons someone might hesitate to pick the Edge 30 Ultra over other rivals. But if you don't mind a slightly more fragile phone, then there might not be much in it. The display is one of the Ultra's headline specs, because Motorola has packed in an OLED panel with a lightning-fast 144 Hz refresh rate. That's not totally unheard of, but so far refresh rates above 120 Hz have been limited to gaming phones, where the benefits to frame rates are arguably greatest. A screen this fast is an oddity in a more conventional flagship, and while it's certainly not unwelcome, I do wonder how much it will really add to the experience for the average user. The difference versus a 120 Hz screen is incredibly hard to spot. It's a great panel otherwise in any case, with fantastic color range and a peak brightness that's almost too bright, but makes this easy to use even in direct sunlight. The curvature at the edges is subtle enough that even flat-screen fans shouldn't have too much to complain about, with good palm detection to prevent accidental touches. Basically, the screen is great, but you probably shouldn't pay too much attention to the 144 Hz hype. The speakers impress less. They are stereo at least, but the sound is thin and tinny for the most part. Phone speakers don't matter much to me, and they might not to you either, but if they are a spec you care about, then you'll find much better audio from most similarly priced alternatives. The Edge 30 Ultra is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which at the time of writing is the most powerful Android chip available, though soon to be supplanted by the 8 Gen 2. Unsurprisingly, it makes this a pretty powerful device. In fact, it registered the second highest score we've ever seen in the Geekbench 5 multi-core CPU test, just slightly behind the Mi 12S Ultra.